to Adi Shankaracharya, and all those teachers up to my own Guru. I bow with reverence to the entire Guru Parampara. Namaste, good evening, and a warm welcome to all of you. My name is Venkat. I'm your host for this evening. Today we are celebrating the 7th International Yoga Day. On this special occasion, I wish you all a very happy International Day of Yoga. I don't think I will have to introduce you what is yoga. Yoga is something that was originated in India, and it is a science, it is a traditional science by itself. And today, yoga is being practiced by millions of people across the world. As you may know, when the draft proposal was put in front of the United Nations General Assembly by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, the Assembly accepted it with the support of 177 member countries anonymously. Thus, UNGA constituted June 21st as the International Day of Yoga. So today we are celebrating that day, and we are gathered to celebrate that International Yoga Day. We are in the middle of a serious pandemic situation, and many people are suffering with fear, anxiety, stress, boredom, depression, frustration, etc. With the regular practice of yoga, we can alleviate all those problems. Yoga improves your mental health.
Excuse me, could you please be a little louder? It's very low volume.
Oh. Is it
Slightly
the same thing for
louder,
everyone? I think I'm top of my voice, actually. Anyway, with the regular practice of yoga, you can alleviate the problems. And yoga improves your mental health, emotional resilience, and enables people to cope up with these problems. And some of you may know that Yoga Mitra has been conducting these free online yoga camps since the beginning of May. And thousands of people have attended our camps and received the benefits of the practices of yoga. Yoga Mitra is a voluntary services platform, which is being supported by hundreds of voluntary yoga teachers. I would like to take a moment and thank all the voluntary yoga teachers who have been giving their time and energy for the benefit of the society. With that said, today we are celebrating Yoga Day, and we will follow the yoga protocol, the common yoga protocol. And we have put together a plan to practice the common yoga protocol. Our teachers will take the turns and help you practice the common yoga protocol. Also, we have invited a very special guest to deliver the message of International Day of Yoga. So please wait until the closing of the session. So that said, let me request Ms. Bindu Madhuriji to start the session with the prayer. The prayer is also part of the common yoga protocol. Bindu?
Namaste everyone. I am Bindu. Good evening all. Then close your eyes. Erect your spine. Head, neck, spine in a single line. Relax yourself. Relax your body. Relax your neck region and shoulder region. Observe our breathing. Observe our nostrils. Take a deep inhale and deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. Chant one round of Omkara. Om. Adopt Namaskar Mudra. Starting praise. Sangachadvam Samvadadvam Samvo Manamsi Janatam Deva Bhagam Yatha Purve Sangnana Upasate Sangnana Upasate Sangnana Upasate. Slowly drop your hands. Then actually this phrase is taken from Rig Veda. It is a very famous hymn in Rig Veda. Sangachadvam and Sambadadvam. Emphasize the unity of minds to create healthy public organizations, the prosperity and happiness of all, and to promote fellow feeling and goodness. So mainly Sangachatvam and Samvadatvam is the unity of strength. Unity is the strength, unity is the diversity. That is the basic meaning of this play. Thank you all.
Sandhya ji, go ahead with the losing practices.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone come to in Samasthiti. Hands to the body. Chin to the chin. Inhale. Exhale. Now we will do right and left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Now we'll do twist our neck. Twist right side. Exhale. Come to the center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. One last round. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Now we rotate our neck. First clockwise, then anti-clockwise. So first exhale and bring your neck down. Then right. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. Inhale, right, back. Exhale, down. One more round. Exhale, down. We'll do anti-clockwise. Rotate our neck. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Now drop your hands. Now we will do hands movement. So some shoulder width apart, legs, both the hands parallel to the shoulder. Then bring your both hands up. Stretch your hands. Slowly bring your hands down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Now we will do shoulder movement. All fingers will keep on shoulders. First we'll do clockwise, then 3 rounds clockwise, then anti-clockwise. So bring your both hands, both elbow together, then elbows pointed to the ceiling, then back, exhale, down. Collapse your shoulder. Inhale, up your elbow, straight your elbow, exhale, collapse your, relax. Inhale, exhale. Now we will do anti-clockwise shoulder rotation. Inhale, up your hands, elbow pointed to the ceiling. Slowly bring your elbow together. Exhale, drop your hand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, relax and release the posture. Now we will do trunk twisting. So legs will be 2 feet apart. Bring your both hands in front of you, palms facing each other. Now we will twist to the right side. Right hand will be go behind and left hand will come on right shoulder. Neck will go behind, look over the right shoulder. Slowly inhale and come to the center. Now we'll do from left side. Left side. Twist your body, look over the left shoulder. Slowly bring your both hands in front of you. We'll do one more round. Twist your body to the right side. Slowly come back. Inhale. Now exhale. Left side. Slowly come back. Slowly drop your hands. Both legs together. Now we'll move to knee bending. So legs hips width apart. Bring your both hands in front of you. Now bend your knees as much as you can. How much your body allow. Don't slowly come up. Bend your knees. Come up. One more time. Slowly come up. Slowly relax your hands. Relax your legs. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Dinesh? Dinesh, can you?
Yes.
Standing postures will be by Dinesh.
Namaste everyone. So let us practice standing asanas. The first practice, Tadasana. So just spread your both legs at your hip width distance. Maintain hip width distance. Slowly lift your both arms over your head and join your palms. Interlock your fingers. Now turn your wrist upward, stretch your palms outward, upward. Now as you inhale, lift your heels off the ground and stretch your entire body and balance the whole body weight on the toes and stay there for a few counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now slowly bring your heels down on the ground. Now exhale, release your both hands. Relax for a few seconds. Keep your eyes closed, palms facing forward and relax. Now come back to Samasthiti. Bring your legs together. Place your arms by the side of your body. Next practice, Vrikshasana, the tree pose. If you have vertigo issues, be careful while doing the posture. Now, bend your right leg at the knee. Bend your right leg at the knee and place your right foot on the left inner thigh. If possible, touch your right heel to your perineum. And look forward, focus on a single point. Now, when you find balance in this posture, slowly try lifting your both arms from sideways over your head. Join your palms in Namaskar Sthiti. You may also take the support of wall to do the practice. Just stay there for a few counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now slowly exhale, release your both hands from sideways. Release your right leg. Now let us repeat the same practice on the left side. Now fold your left leg inside. Place your left foot on the right inner thigh. If possible, touch your left heel to the perineum. Focus on a single point. You find balance here, then slowly try lifting your both arms from your sideways all the way over your head. Join your palms in Namaskar Mudra and stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly exhale from sideways, release your hands. Now release your left leg and relax once again. Spread your both legs, keep your eyes closed and relax. Observe the changes. Now open your eyes, bring your legs together, come back to Samasthiti. Next practice, Padahastasana. If you have cardiac problems, lower back pain, be careful while doing the practice. Now slowly from sideways at the shoulder level, lift your both arms. Now turn your palms upward. A further inhalation, lift your both arms all the way over the head. And turn your palms facing forward. Now from here, slowly start bending from your lower back. Bend your trunk all the way down. Try to bring your both palms onto the ground and practice according to your convenience. And stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once again, inhale, lift your both arms, lift your trunk, all the way come back to the starting position. Exhale from sideways, release your both hands. Once again, relax for a few seconds. Keep your eyes closed, observe the changes and relax. Come back to Samasthiti. Bring your legs together. Now the next posture, Ardha Chakrasana. If you have vertigo issues, be cautious when practicing this posture. Now spread your both legs hip width distance apart. Now place your both palms on the waist and try to tuck your elbows inside. Bring your elbows as close as possible. Now from here, slowly, keeping your lower body strong, slowly expand your chest and abdomen, hang your head freely to the back and stay there, look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come back to center. Release your hands. Once again, relax yourself. Keeping your eyes closed, just relax. Now open your eyes and come back to Samasthiti. Now the last posture in the standing position, Trikonasana. Now spread your both legs about 3 to 4 feet apart. Now inhale, lift your both arms at your shoulder level sideways. Now turn your right foot outside. Turn your right foot outside completely, your toes pointing towards your right side. Now, as you exhale, bend laterally towards your right side. Try placing your right foot outside your right. Try placing your right palm outside your right foot. Now look up towards your left palm, stay there. Reach according to your convenience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come back to center. Now turn your right toes pointing forward. Now slowly turn your left foot outside, left toes pointing on the left side. Now as you exhale, bend laterally towards your left side. Try placing your left palm next to the left foot. Open your chest, look up towards your right palm. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Left toes pointing forward. Exhale, release your hands. Now bring your legs closer. Relax yourself. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Dinesh. And now, Sandhya ji, again, sitting postures.
Yeah. So everyone come in Dandasana, Vishramasana. First, straight your legs apart. Both the hands press behind you, both the palms, and drop your hands.
Sandhya ji, your voice is not audible.
Now it's coming. Voice is coming. Did you unmute me?
Can other people hear? Is it only me?
No, it is very low.
Yeah, very low. Sandhya ji, it is very low. Can you check? We cannot hear you.
Did you unmute me?
Yeah, very low.
Unmute me. Yeah, unmute me. Did you? आपने unmute आगे थे नमदो.
You are
Maybe
unmuted, Sandhya ji.
Okay. So
But we can't hear you, that's all.
Very feeble, ma'am.
Very, very, very feeble.
Now it's coming, sir.
Can you, okay, you may be using the Bluetooth. You may be using the Bluetooth, so maybe that is why it is giving some problem. It is not, I mean, earlier it was okay. Now it is a problem.
Otherwise, replace anyone. Voice
Can you do without the Bluetooth? I think it is okay.
Sir, otherwise hand over to Dinesh again, sitting also.
Okay, you replace anyone.
Dinesh, can you go ahead with sitting postures as well?
Sure, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now bring your legs together, join your big toes and heels together, and place your both palms by the side of your hips. Keep your spine erect, shoulders relaxed, look front. Now slowly fold your both legs inside, join your feet together, and bring your feet closer to your perineum. Just hold your feet, keep your spine erect, close your eyes, and just stay there. Take few rounds of slow and deep breathing and stay there. 1, 2, release your hands, release your legs one by one, and relax for a few seconds. Separate your both legs a few inches. Take the support of your palms at the back. Hang your head freely to the back and relax. Now
Vajrasana.
slowly come back to Dandasana. Bring your legs together and sit in Dandasana. Now from here, fold your right leg inside and place your right heel next to the right buttock. Now shift your body weight onto the right leg. Similarly, fold your left leg at the knee and sit in Vajrasana. If you have knee pain, you may avoid this practice. And place your both palms on your knees. Keep your back straight and look front. This is Vajrasana. Let us stay here for 5 counts. Keep looking forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly stand on your knees. Stand on your knees and separate your both knees at your hip width distance. Maintain hip width distance between your knees. Now place your both palms on the waist, fingers pointing forward, and tuck your elbows inside. Now let us practice Ardha Vustrasana. Slowly expand your chest and abdomen. Hang your head freely to the back and stay there. If you are more flexible, then slowly try placing your palms on your feet or catch hold your heels. Just stay there for a few counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now slowly place your both palms one by one on your waist and come back to center position. Now bring your hips back onto your heels. Bring your knees together. Sit in Vajrasana and relax for a few seconds. Keep your eyes closed and relax. Now slowly open your eyes. A complementary posture, Shashankasana. Now spread your both legs, spread your both knees and maintain hip shoulder width distance between your knees. Now slowly inhale, lift your both arms over your head. And as you exhale, slowly bend forward, touch your abdomen on the thighs, bring your chest on the knees, forehead or chin closer to the ground. Stay there. Keep your eyes closed and stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now slowly inhale and come back to center. Lift your both arms over your head. Release your hands. Maintain that same distance between your knees. And lift your both arms over your head once again. Now place your right palm on the left shoulder and left palm on the right shoulder. Mandukasana. Stay there. Keep your eyes closed. Maintain gentle smile on the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly inhale. Lift your both arms over your head. Exhale. Release your hands. Now join your knees together in Vajrasana. And release your legs one by one. Release your left leg first, then release your right leg and relax yourself. Keep your eyes closed and relax.
Last one, Vakrasana.
Come back to Dandasana. Bring your legs together and sit in Dandasana. Place your palms next to your hips. Keep your back straight. Now fold your right leg at the knee. Place your right heel next to the left knee. Take the support of your right hand at the back. Take the right hand support at the back. Try to keep your back straight. Inhale from sideways. Lift your left arm over your head. Now twist your body towards your right side. Bring your left elbow outside the right knee and look back. If you're more flexible, try to place your left palm outside the right foot. Look back, stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift your left arm over your head. Turn your trunk forward. Exhale, release your left hand. And then release your right leg. Now, similarly, fold your left leg inside. Place your left heel next to the right knee. Take the support of your left hand at the back. Left hand support at the back. Keep your back straight. Now inhale, lift your right arm over your head. As you exhale, twist your body towards your left side. Bring your right elbow outside the left knee and look back. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift your right arm over your head. Exhale, release your right hand. Now release your left leg. Relax yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh. Okay, Ramadas Appaji for supine and prone postures.
Yes, yeah, thank you. So lie down on your stomach. Legs apart, feet pointing outwards. Rest your chin on the palms. Lie down on the Makarasana. Come to Makarasana. Close your eyes. Have a beautiful smile on the face. Observe your breathing. Slow and deep breathing. Inhale and deep breathing. Exhale completely. Slowly join your both the legs. Inhale, stretch your hands above your head. Exhale, bring both the hands near your chest. Keep palms on either side of the chest. Now we will do Bhujangasana. Inhale, lift your head and chest till your nabi area. Be there with normal breathing, with smiling. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, slowly come down. Rest your chin on the ground. Inhale, release and come to the Makarasana. And relax. Inhale and exhale. Now we will practice Shalabhasana. Join your both the legs. Keep your palm under your thigh. Inhale. Slowly lift your legs. Be there for 3 breathing. Normal breathing. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Slowly bring down your legs. And relax in Makarasana. Breathe in and breathe out completely. Gently join your legs and roll over on your back. Supine posture. Relax in Shavasana. Legs apart, hands apart. Inhale and exhale completely. Now we practice Setu Bandhasana. Gently join your legs. Hold your legs at knee and bring your heels near to the hip. Okay, slowly catch your ankle if possible, or else rest your palm on your near your heels. Slowly inhale and lift your buttocks. Be there for few breaths. Normal breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, slowly come down and release your legs. Now we'll practice Uttana Padasana. Okay, join both the legs. Slowly inhale and lift your both the legs 30 to 45 degrees. Be there. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, slowly release your legs. Bring down. Relax. Now we practice Ardha Halasana. Join both the legs. Keep hand on either side of the body. Inhale. Slowly lift your both the legs to the 90 degree. Be there for few breaths. Normal breathing. 1, 2, 3. Exhale and slowly bring your legs back and relax. Now we will practice Pavana Muktasana. Join both the legs. Inhale, hold your both the knees. Exhale, bend your at hips area and bring your thighs to the near to the stomach. Inhale, interlock your both the legs at knee and push it towards stomach. Now exhale, slowly lift your head and try to touch your chin to the knee. Be there for 3 breathing. Normal breathing. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Bring back your head and rest on the ground. Exhale. Release your legs and slowly come to the Shavasana. Legs apart, hands apart. Observe your breathing. Be there. Focus on breathing.
Thank you, Ramadas Sapiji. And Sandhya ji?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. Excellent. Okay, so the next is relaxation.
All of you come to supine position for complete relaxation. Lie down on your back. Legs apart. Hands away from the body. Fingers slightly curved. Palms facing ceiling. Eyes gently
Yes,
closed.
Sandhya ji, your voice is still low, very low. Earlier it was okay. Can you check?
Maybe come a little closer to the camera.
So now it's coming. Shall I continue?
Sandhya ji, okay, can you remove the Bluetooth and continue with?
Okay. Mobile also I could do.
Yeah, just this,
Just a
just come
second.
closer. Yeah, come closer to the device and sit there.
Yeah.
Okay, this is better. I mean,
Yeah. दो तो क्या? Okay. So let's apart. Hands away from the body. Palms facing the ceiling. Fingers slightly curved. Observe your breathing. Bring your awareness on your breathing. See the sensation, feel the sensation in your nostril.
Sandhya ji, please come closer. I mean, people cannot hear you.
Allow your body sink into the ground. Now it's coming, sir.
Yeah.
Relax your both legs, both hands.
Still not audible, sir.
Whole body relax.
Yeah, all of you lay down back and follow the instructions. What ma'am is saying. Okay, lay down back, all of you.
Yeah, all of you come in lie down position on your back.
I can't hear.
Yeah, all of you lay down back. Close your eyes. Palms placing ceiling. Don't make changes in your body. Just observe the changes formed in your body. Don't open your eyes. Observe your nostril region, observe your breathing. Observe your breathing, observe your normal breathing slowly. Observe your neck region. Observe your neck region. Slowly observe the changes formed in your neck region. Don't get disturbed. Slowly bring your awareness towards your chest region. Slowly bring your awareness towards your chest region. Observe your chest region. Observe the changes formed in your chest region. Relax completely. Slowly bring your awareness towards your abdominal region. Slowly bring your awareness towards your abdominal region. Observe the changes formed in your abdominal region. Completely relax your abdominal region. Don't open your eyes, don't get disturbed. Completely relax your abdominal region. Just slowly bring your awareness towards your middle part of your body. Observe the changes. Slowly observe your thighs. Bring your awareness towards your thighs. Observe your thigh region. Completely relax your thighs. Now slowly bring your awareness towards your knees. Don't get disturbed. Observe your knees. Observe the changes formed at your knee region. Observe your both knees. Don't get disturbed. Just completely relax your both knees. Now bring slowly your awareness towards your calf muscles. Slowly bring your awareness towards your calf muscles. Completely relax your calf muscles. Completely relax your both calf muscles. Relax completely. Now slowly bring your awareness towards your ankles. Observe your ankle regions. Observe your ankle joints. Don't get disturbed, just observe your ankles completely. Completely relax your ankle region. Now slowly bring your awareness towards your complete feet. Completely relax your toes. Completely relax your toe fingers. Observe your fingers. Don't get disturbed, just relax completely. Completely collapse your entire body from top to bottom. Completely relax. Completely relax your entire body. Just observe your normal breathings. Observe your normal breathing slowly. Slowly observe your normal breathing. Don't get disturbed. Observe your abdominal region while you are inhaling. Your abdominal region is bulging up. Observe your abdominal region while you are inhaling. It's bulging up while you are inhaling. And while exhaling, it is getting contracted. Just feel your abdominal region for a few more seconds. Observe the changes. Don't make any body changes. Don't open your eyes and relax for a few more seconds. Observe your normal breathing. Slowly come aware with your normal breath. Just relax for a few seconds. Slowly observe your both palms. Observe your both hands. Completely relax your both hands. Slowly come to conscious, legs together, hands together. Slowly, with the help of your hands and legs, slowly come to sitting position.
Thank you, Satish.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Alpana ji, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Alpana, yeah. Alpana ji, yeah.
Yeah.
Continue with pranayama, please.
Hari Om. Take your positions for pranayam. Sit comfortably in Vajrasana, Sukhasana, Ardha Padmasana or Padmasana. Relax your palms on your thighs. Look at a point in front of your eyes straight and gently close your eyes, maintaining the same position of your neck. Chin is parallel to the ground. Gently lift up your shoulders, take them back and drop them down. This will bring your spine in natural curvature. Check your shoulders, your arms are completely relaxed and palms are resting on your thighs. Bring your awareness towards your breath. Breathe with awareness. Inhale and exhale. Inhalation, stomach comes out. Exhalation, stomach goes in. Now we'll go for deep breathing for 2 rounds. Inhale and elongate your inhalation. Acknowledge the pause and exhale. Elongate your exhalation as long as possible, longer than your inhalation. 1 more round. Inhale. Stop and exhale. Make it longer, as long as possible. 1 last round. Inhale. Complete your inhalation. Acknowledge the pause. Exhale. Complete your exhalation and acknowledge the pause. We will go for Shwasan Marga Shuddhi, Kapalbhati. This is active exhalation and passive inhalation. So many of you are new beginners here. So we'll do only 20 rounds, 3 times. Okay. So you forcefully exhale out the air and inhale the air passively. So when you're exhaling your air, stomach goes in, and when you're dropping it, when you're inhaling, stomach becomes loose, right? Hands on your knees, close your eyes, inhale gently and start with the strokes. Stop the practice, be with your breath. There is stoppage of breath for a few moments. Become aware of that. People suffering from vertigo, high blood pressure, anxiety issues will try to avoid this practice in next round. We'll go for the second round. Inhale gently and start with the forceful exhalation for 20 strokes. Stop the practice, watch your breath. Breath stops for a few moments. Be with it. Observe the cessation of breath and capture the point when your breath starts again. We'll go for round 3. Breathe in normally. Start with forceful exhalations and passive inhalation. Stop the practice. Be with your breath. Observe the cessation of breath. After a few moments, your breath starts all over again. Observe that. Very good practice to enhance the functioning of your respiratory system. Relieves you from all the sinus problems and gives shine as it cleans your kapala. Moving on to the next practice, we'll go for Nadi Shodhan. Make Chin Mudra with your left hand, index finger joined with your thumb, rest it on your thighs. With your right hand, make Anguli Mudra. With your right thumb, close your right nostril. Keep your eyes closed. Exhale with your left. Inhale with with your left. Close your left nostril with your ring finger. Open right. Exhale. Inhale with your right. Close your right. Open left. Exhale. This is one round. We will do 4 more such rounds. Inhale with your left. Close your left. Open right. Exhale. Inhale with your right nostril. Close your right. Open left. Exhale. Inhale. Close your left. Open right. Exhale. Inhale. Close your right. Open left. Exhale. Inhale. Close your left. Open right. Exhale. Inhale with your right. Close your right. Open left. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Close your left. Open right. Exhale. Inhale with your right. Close your right. Open left. Exhale. Bring your hand down. Keep your eyes closed. This is balancing pranayam. It purifies your nadis. Go for the normal breathing. We will move on to Bhramari. 5 rounds of Bhramari. Back to back. Inhale. And as you exhale, exhale with the humming sound. Inhale. Exhale with humming sound. With your thumbs, close your ears for last 3 rounds. Inhale while exhaling. Inhale. When you're exhaling, feel the sound within you. Inhale. Bring your hands down. Be with the sound that continues within your body. Be with the resonance. Feel the vibrations. Slowly feel yourself slipping into complete silence. Should I continue for
Thank you.
Dhyana?
Yeah.
Someone else is supposed to take.
Yeah. Thank you, Alpana ji. Thank you so much. And now we have Shweta Krishnan, who will guide you through the next 2 steps. Dhyana
Namaste.
and go ahead.
Please
Shweta.
sit comfortably. Sit in a comfortable meditative posture. Ensure that your whole body is loose, comfortable and relaxed. Keep one leg up, Ardha Padmasana, or just sit comfortably in Sukhasana. Keep your one hand above the other and keep it on your thighs relaxed. Either Dhyana Mudra or Jnana Mudra. Dhyana Mudra is join your index finger and thumb finger and keep it on your knees. Or adopt Dhyana Mudra. Gently close your eyes. Have a pleasant smile on your face. Ensure that your spinal cord is erect, comfortably erect. Your whole body should be comfortable, erect, and without any movement. After all asanas, loosening practice, relaxation, pranayama, calming down your mind and breathe, let us start with meditation, dhyana. Now, slowly observe your breath. Your concentration should be at the tip of your nostrils. Observe the cool air going in and the warm air coming out of your nostrils. Enjoy this posture and observe your breathing. Inhale positivity, good health, happiness, and exhale all pain, disease, negative thoughts, and diseases. Inhale good values and exhale negative values. Ensure that your mind is not getting distracted. Just focus on your eyebrows, middle of your eyebrows, and just meditate upon these words. Inhale positive thoughts and exhale negative thoughts. Just sit comfortably and visualize that your whole body, mind is positively charged with good thoughts and energy, and your whole body is devoid of all negative thoughts and negative. With this, let us take a sankalpa. Let us slowly visualize or mentally tune our mind to commit ourselves to health and happiness, sukha and shanti of our personal self, of our family, of our society, and of the whole planet, whole world. Yoga and meditation gives us the strength to work in our maximum efficiency. So with this, let us try to commit ourselves, take an oath, sankalpa, to commit ourselves to dedicate our life to our health, our family's health and happiness, for our society, and for the whole world. So with this sankalpa, let us conclude the meditation. Slowly rub your palms, massage your eyes, look into your palms and open your eyes. Namaste.
Thank you, Shweta. All right. Now it is time to hear the message from our chief guest. We have invited Dr. Karuna Nagarjun. And to introduce
Venkatesh is
Karuna-
joining. 1 minute.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
I can see her. Can you make her the host, please?
The name?
Dr. Karuna?
G.
Just search for it.
Doctor.
Venkatesh.
Okay, yeah. All right, I saw. Make it co-host. All right. Namaste, Karuna ji.
Namaste.
Okay, before I give the stage to you, let me quickly introduce you to the participants here. Hello all. We have the chief guest here, Dr. Karuna Nagarjun. She is a stalwart in our yoga studies, and she is currently working as an associate professor in SVSI University. The SVSI is the Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samstha, is located in Bangalore. Okay. She has contrasting qualifications. If you look at her qualifications, she has done BCom and then MBA. Then she came into the field of MSc Yoga, and then finally she ended up doing a PhD in yoga. And at the university, she teaches yoga philosophy and health, Hatha Yoga, yoga therapy principles and practices, cultural history of India, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, Indian culture, streams of yoga, health and philosophy, and yoga, etc. Okay, and she has written many papers, and she has many books for her credit, many papers for her credit. Yeah, I will just mention a couple of publications. Writer, she's the writer of yoga books for NCTE, the yoga education for BEd, MEd, and IED, DEIED. And she is the writer of official guidebook for certification of yoga professionals, the level 1 and level 2. And the writer of blocks of concepts of health, concept of mental health, and concept of yoga lifestyle for certification program. And there are many more to her credit. And she's also a committee member for UGC syllabus for yoga universities, and a working committee member of NCTE for BEd syllabus, and the committee member for NCTE yoga textbooks, and the lead examiner for India Yoga Association, lead examiner for implementing the yoga exams for level 1, level 2 at Osaka, Tokyo, Japan, and the lead examiner for implementing yoga exams for level 2 at Shanghai in 2018 for yoga scheme under the Yoga Certification Board. And there are many more if I have to list down. So with that introduction, I would like to request Dr. Karuna Nagarjun to give her speech on this special occasion of International Yoga Day. Didi, it is all yours.
And
Thank you.
also
Once again, I will
Music
come.
Day. And also
Yes.
it's a World Music Day.
World Music Day.
I will be touch basing even music, because my specialization is also music therapy. I also have an institution or trust which is Swara Veda, just like Ayurveda. I have Swara Veda, which runs many music therapy courses, which I will be giving you. I think I have a book also, which I request Jyoti to share that book, which I have written on Introduction to Indian Music Therapy. Since it is a World Music Day, I have opened up this topic. I have in this book, I have given various ragas which you can implement along with yoga therapy. For example, it may be hypertension yoga, those set of yoga practices which you give for hypertension. Along with that, you can give those ragas which will be very useful for them to listen and do this yoga therapy practices. So like that, I have done that in my book. So I request Jyoti to share that book, so that if you are interested, you can buy. It is there available in Kindle as well as paperback edition. Now coming to yoga, I will start this session. Sorry, I have to bring this because whenever I started with the, we have this tradition of Guru Shishya in yoga. So we will start this prayer. I know you have already done this, but still, since I have come here in this stage, I want to do this prayer of Sahana Bhavatu and then start. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So today I will be talking about yoga for holistic development. How yoga can bring a holistic development. And before that, I will be speaking about what yoga is, a few sentences. I am damn sure that you all know about what is yoga, but still I want to start it with yoga. You have all understood that yoga comes from the root yuj, which means to join. Join what? It is joining, the body, mind, and the soul. Actually, it is joining the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness, which you all know that it is Jivatma with the Paramatma. And what is that hindrance in joining individual consciousness with the universal consciousness? Why are we suffering so much? Why are we not able to join that universal consciousness? Let's try to understand in brief. You all know that when a light enters into spectrum, it splits into 7 colors. Similarly, when the individual consciousness, that is the Atman which we have, that is emitting the light of love, what happens is it comes across this ego, that I-ness, misplaced identity, where we consider that we are the body. You all have understood by this time that we are not the body, but we are that inner blissful awareness, which is the soul. You all have understood that we, even Shankaracharya beautifully puts it in our Nirvana Shataka, Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. He says, I am not the Buddhi, I am not the Ahankara, I am not the Manas. What am I? I am that Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. So we because of this misplaced identity, which is called as Ahankara, this light of love, it passes through this Ahankara and gets splits into 6 enemies, which we call it as Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Kama, desire. Krodha, it's anger. When your desire is not satisfied, you get into Krodha. And if your desire is satisfied, you get into Lobha, which is greed. And Mada, arrogance. If everything is fine, you say that you are the Lord. So Mada, Matsarya. What is that? It's envy. You can't see someone happy. You can't see someone prospering. You get into this jealousy mode. And what is that? Delusion, moha. Moha is delusion. You end up you end up desiring something you don't need. There is no balance between need and greed. So these things, you get into a negative emotions, what we call as negative aspect of life, because all these 6 enemies. So briefly, yoga is that which helps us to remove this ahankara, remove the 6 enemies, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, which are the negative emotions, and allow us to surface the light of love. And that is what is yoga. And when you do this, you know what happens? The first thing is you will have a proper interpersonal relationship. Your relationship in the family will be fine, and you will have a proper intrapersonal awareness, your inner attitude, which Patanjali so beautifully gives as Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. He says the four attitudes so important for being for having a calm disposition. Chitta prasadanam, he uses the word chitta prasadanam. For being happy in your life, you have to have four attitudes. It is maitri, to be friendly with all. Karuna, which is compassion towards the distress. Mudita, to be happy towards those who are happy, but we end up to be jealous. So, and the fourth one, most difficult, is upeksha, which is a non-judgmental attitude towards the wicked. We end up to judge people. Hey, this fellow is bad, this fellow is good. You always try to judge a person. A non-judgmental attitude towards the wicked, that means discounting the wickedness in a person. Very difficult to do that, but still these are the four attitudes really which gives you that calm disposition. And these four attitudes comes only when you try to remove this ahankara and mend yourself and put all these four attitudes. And what I want to tell you is, people have a wrong conception that yoga is just asanas, just pranayama, just meditation. But before you do meditation, please underline, before sitting for meditation also, you have to do that self-reflection, whether where you stand, whether you are with full of negative emotions, and you have to remove, by self analysis, you have to remove these negative emotions and put all the positive emotions. You have to do that self reflection, correct your intrapersonal attitude. I can say that when you correct that and bring a balance between your inner and external action, that is most important. Otherwise you will end up with conflicts. You can't sit for meditation. Otherwise, what do we say? We sit for meditation. What meditation? If you do not bring a matching between your inner attitude and external action, you can never sit for meditation. You have to bring that balance between your inner and outer action. And this is what our yamas and niyamas do, matching the psychosocial environment. So this, I'm telling you in brief, about this holistic development through yoga. So coming to this physical aspect, holistic development means it is physical, it is mental, it is emotional, it is intellectual and spiritual. Yoga helps in bringing all these personality developments. That is physical, by doing asanas, by doing internal cleansing, which we call as kriyas, and also a proper yogic diet. These three things help in physical aspects. Whereas for mental aspect, you all know that your breath is the bridge between your mind and body. And when your breath, you bring your breath to slow and rhythmic phase through pranayama, your mind becomes calm and composed. So as I told you, your breath is bridge between your mind and body. When you slow down your breath through pranayama, slow and rhythmic breathing, it helps to calm down your mind. So when your mind is calm, what happens? It helps you to bring a mental balance. Or first thing what happens when you calm down your mind is it brings It erases weaknesses of your mind, the first important point. And second one, it brings a strong willpower in you. Suppose, let us say you have to get up early at 5 o'clock. If you have a strong willpower, when you are in a calm state of mind, you say, you put the alarm and get up early at 5 o'clock. But if you are imbalanced, or if you are not in a balance, what you do is, you want to sleep, you snooze your alarm and end up at getting up at 7 o'clock. So that is what happens. So willpower, strong willpower is so important, which is the outcome of calm state of mind. And when you are there is a strong willpower, you know what's the wonderful outcome? You will be able to concentrate. Concentration will be the outcome of strong willpower. See, even for sitting for meditation, you have to concentrate on a given point, on some objective, right? So concentration it gives. And next, what is the outcome of concentration? You become a creative person. You will be a creative person when your mind is calm. And what is the outcome of being a creative person is, you will be able to convert all the challenges of life into opportunities. And in these COVID situation, though there are so many problems, there are so many distress, but there are people who have converted this challenge of COVID into opportunities, and they have made life. And it has been boon for some people. It has been a distress for some people. They have taken this as an opportunity, and they have come out. So this comes only when your mind is at calm. And another thing is, most important thing is emotional balance. Emotional balance comes when there is when you are having all positivity, like when you have positive emotions like love, compassion, friendliness, cheerfulness, equanimity. All these positive emotions bring an emotional balance within you. That means you do not have negativity in yourself. When there is no negativity, then there comes emotional balance. And you please underline, when there is emotional balance, you will be at happiness and equipoise. That equanimity automatically comes. That samatvam yoga uchyate, we say that. How does that come? When we bring all these positive emotions, it comes, that equipoise and happiness in our life automatically comes. And next, coming to intellectual level. So intellectual level, it helps to sharpen your intellect. You will be able to be an intelligent person. You can raise your IQ level. So that happens only when you bring a calm state of mind and through yoga. And finally, spiritual level. Spiritual level is, you all know that 4 things are common with animals and human being, which is ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. You all know that. So these 4 things are common for animals and human being. We as human beings have to raise from these 4 levels, and you should go to the human being level, and then raise to the perfection level. So, and further raise to the divinity level. So this is very important as human beings. And in all walks of life, you will be able to manifest the innate divinity when you raise from this animality to the human being and the further perfection and divine level. So that is what is spirituality, where you manifest that divinity in all walks of life. So yoga is that which brings this holistic development, where there will be a holistic, that means there is an all-round personality development, I would say. And this is what yoga does. And coming to most important topic, which I want to cover in a few minutes, another five minutes. There are 3 attitudes which we call it as yogic attitudes, which we need to follow in our day-to-day life. The first one is Pratipaksha Bhavana. Pratipaksha bhavana means whenever you see a negative attitude in yourself, just for example, you may hate a person, but why do we hate a person? Because we start judging that person, right? So instead of hating that person, you have to replace the opposite, which is pratipaksha, which is love. If not love, at least a neutrality. Sometimes it's difficult to put love in the place of hatred, but at least neutral, be neutral, ignore. So when you have fear, most of us fear for something or the other. So when you have fear, what do you put that? What do you what is the replacement there? So where you have that self assurance, where you take things, courage, where you take things in a right positive manner. So like that, pratipaksha bhavana is very important. Wherever you, please be observing yourself, wherever you find the negative attitude, you try to replace with the positive attitude. This is first one. And the second one is very important, anitya bhavana. Anitya bhavana is always, please underline and note that nothing is permanent in this world. Nothing. Everything is subject to change. Change is the only permanent thing. So everything is subject to change. Today we are talking, we don't know what happens tomorrow. So it's, please accept this change, accept this anitya bhavana. And the third one is sakshi bhavana, which in any circumstance, you be the witness. Don't get emotionally involved in any circumstance. I'll give you one small story before I conclude this yoga session. Before I go to the music session. There was a guy. He had a beautiful house, and that house was talk of the town. It was so beautiful that everyone would come to him and say, "Sir, can you give this house? We would like to purchase this house. We will give you double the amount." They would say. He would say, "No, I'm not going to. So sorry, I love this house." And what happened was, once he had gone outside, when he came back, his house was burning. And he came and he saw many people were surrounding the house, and they were looking, they had called the fire engine, and they were looking helplessly, the house burning, and nothing was able to done, and they were waiting for the fire engine to come. And what happened was, he started crying, this man, as if his heart is coming out, as heartbroken. He was profusely, he started crying. "Oh, my beautiful house. Oh my God," he was crying. And what happened is, first son comes and says, "Father, don't cry. When you were not there, I have sold this house." Whatever that tears had come, he rolled back and he started just witnessing the house. And the second son, the third son comes. The second son comes and says, second son says that this house is sold, but the sale deed is not registered. That's what he says. Second son, I'm sorry. So then again he starts crying. "Oh my God!" He starts crying. And the third son comes and says, "Father, I spoke to that person, whoever has taken this house, no matter what, I have given my word. I will buy that house. Don't have to worry about it. So Father, don't have to worry. This is not our house." So what did you understand? The moment he thought that it was his, that ownership, he started crying. The moment he said that, "Hey, this is not my house," then he was witnessing everything. So I hope you have understood. We own nothing. We have come here as tenant. We don't carry anything. We don't carry anything when we go. We have to remember that we are just tenant. We don't own anything. We say, "Hey, that property is in my name." What is property is in my name? After your body is gone, that name will be changed to another name. So this is what is truth. We have to understand. So I hope you have understood these three bhavanas or attitudes is most important for peaceful living. It is not just asana. As I told you, it is lifestyle prescription. It's mending your attitude, which really keeps you calm and keep going, even amidst of all turmoils, because there is no circumstance that there is no turmoils. Even when I am speaking with you now, I have so much turmoils in my head. My mom is not well, and so many things are going on in my head, but still you can't avoid all these things. You have to face it. So these are the things you have to follow. With this, I close this yoga thing. Coming to music, so you all know that music is that which helps, and music therapy, which is given to us in Ayurveda, which I think we have not given much importance, but Westerners have done a lot of research and they have done a lot of work, but we have not used that as much as thing, like how Ayurveda says that bringing a balance between Vata, Pitta, Kapha. You all know Swasthya in Ayurveda is bringing a balance in Vata, Pitta, Kapha. That is the three elements which we have, that fire, air, and water, which we are made up of, has to be in balanced state. When that is in balanced state, that is called as health. That is what Ayurveda says that. And you can give those ragas which can balance Vata, Pitta, Kapha, which I have given in my book. And music therapy, which I have done for in music therapy, I have done in 4 levels from my institution. The first level is introduction to music therapy, where I will be giving you all the 7 elements of music which are used in music therapy. And second is I will be giving music therapy and dosha balance through medical astrology. Medical astrology is another thing which we have lost. Our beautiful thing which our ancient seers have given, medical astrology, which is based on your birth chart. You can know which is the dosha that person is, which is the constitution of that person. That is known through medical astrology. That is the second level which I give. And in my third level, I give mantras and music for balancing chakras and dhatus. You know, we are made up of 7 dhatus. So I run these things in 3 to 4 levels, my music therapy courses. If you are interested, please, you can contact me. I can give you my number. I have my institution where I will be giving you all these things. So with this, I close the session. If you have any doubts, you can please ask me. I'm very happy to answer your questions.
Karuna Devi, can we actually use the a few minutes after closing the Shanti Mantra, after close of the session?
Yes, sir.
Oh, with that, okay, we are at the vote of thanks. Okay, I'll take a minute and just complete with this vote of thanks, and then we will do the Shanti Mantra, and then we can spend a few minutes. If you have any quick questions that you want to ask and to find more about the music therapy or the yoga therapy aspects that Karuna Didi was talking about. First of all, thank you so much for Karuna Didi for giving us your valuable message on this International Day of Yoga. Once again, you have solidified our understanding of how yoga can help in holistic development. We already know that yoga, gives us the many benefits, and just the, giving and clarifying, how yoga and what are those different things that can help in the holistic and integrated development. And also, it is very interesting to know about your research on music and the therapy aspect of the music. So how music can be used for treating many types of problems that we are currently facing. And next, I'd like to thank all the participants who have joined this evening to celebrate the International Day of Yoga. Thank you for your interest and the enthusiasm. And some of you are already participating in our yoga camps. And I would like to request you all continue with that same enthusiasm until the end of the camps. And of course, we are continuing with these camps for some more time. So whatever stage that you are in, you can continue with our camps and get the benefits of the yoga practices. And the next one I would like to thank, I'd like to mention about Yoga Mitra. Yoga Mitra is a voluntary service platform which is being supported by hundreds of voluntary yoga teachers. I'd like to take a moment and thank all the teachers who have been giving their time and energy for the benefit of the society. So, I mean, these teachers are actually not asking anything in return. They are simply coming forward and giving their time and energy. We just have to thank from the bottom of our hearts for all the time and energy that they are giving for the benefit of the society at large. Okay. And lastly, I would like to thank the person who is the driving force behind the Yoga Mitra. He is Dr. S. Subramaniam. We dearly call him as Subbu Bhaiya. And Subbu Bhaiya is the man behind this idea of Yoga Mitra, and also the man and the force behind all of us who are working for this Yoga Mitra volunteer platform. Okay. So just thank you, Subbu Bhaiya, for giving us this opportunity to come together and give this service to the society. We are in the middle of a pandemic situation, and this platform is actually giving us the opportunity to do something for the society. Okay. So with that word of thanks, I'd like to thank all of you for your participation this evening. And now we will do the Shanti Mantra. Satish, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yeah, all of you sit straight, back straight, neck straight. Join your hands. Keep your both hands in Namaskar Mudra slowly. Take deep breath and start this Shanti Mantra ending prayer. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kachid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now slowly, with a few blinkings, open your eyes and look at your palms.
Thank you, Satish.
Thank you.
We have come to the end of the session, and now I will open up the stage. And just in case if anyone have any questions to Karuna Didi about the yoga therapy aspect or the music therapy that she was talking about, you can take the questions, or you can put your questions in the Zoom chat as well. So whatever makes comfortable for you, you just unmute yourself and ask your question. Who would like to go first? You may raise your hand as well. You may raise your hand and ask your question. Yeah, does anyone would like any further details on how music therapy can help?
Many videos available in the YouTube.
No, sorry, I have not done that because I'm going to take it into my website. I have not put it into YouTube.
Okay, okay.
I'll share that website link shortly.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I had a question.
Yes.
I've heard about this musical yoga therapy. I really want to know more about it as to how it is and who all conducts it.
Musical yoga therapy, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, musical yoga therapy ऐसा कोई कुछ भी नहीं है. What happens is when you are giving yoga therapy sessions, what we do is according to the ailment, like let's take it is hypertension. So for hypertension, what are all the ragas which we use? That is played at the back. So that we can do. So that you can do those ragas which helps in hypertension, which makes you calm and also balances the pitta. You know, hypertension is because of pitta imbalance. So that we have that, and it is also told by Charaka in Ayurveda that you have to use these like not the ragas. Of course, he has told that music is used for pitta, balancing the pitta. Also for Unmada, it is also told that it is used for, especially for mental imbalance. So like that, he has suggested, but not the ragas. Of course, we have combined various aspects which our seers have given in Sangeeta Ratnakara and various treatises, and we have brought in the thing.
Madam,
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Madam, do we need to have a music knowledge for this? I mean,
no, that is why I take in my first introduction to music therapy class, I give all what is raga, what is tala, what is swara, everything I give in that introduction. So I also bring in that metaphysical causes of disease, and how you can give musical therapy like that. I will be training the participant. It's a workshop. Actually, it's a workshop.
Okay. Do we need to have a minimum knowledge? We should be able to sing.
If you can sing, fine. Otherwise, I will make you sing within 15 days.
Okay.
Madam, this particular ragas to. Sorry, there's somebody. Can I have a question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
I just wanted to know, for example, this reference of yoga and music together. You said, of course, there was some mention in Patanjali's thing, but is the work of correlating different diseases with different ragas, is it done by you, or is it also having some ancient reference?
It is with the ancient references. I have correlated various ancient references, and I have done my thesis. That was my thesis work, my PhD work, which I have published.
Okay, very interesting. I just want, how do we really join your this one?
I will be giving a link to Jyoti. I think Jyoti, I will be giving you the link so that you can join my course. By next month, I'll be starting. Like this I'm really busy this month because
will it be shared in the Telegram group or?
Yes, I'll do that. Once I get the link, I'll share it in the Telegram group.
Sure.
Thanks, Jyoti. I will share it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Music therapy available in India.
Is that a question? Hello? Does someone have a question about something? It's not here.
She said she will send the link so that the workshop and all can be taken from there. Thank you so much. My question is answered.
So somebody is asking questions, Satya Prakash, whether musicians and should practice yoga for better performance like classical dancers. Yes, of course. It brings, you know, for classical dance, especially this, you know, the Karanas in, it's beautifully in this Chidambaram temple, you know that Karanas, dance Karanas, it's all based on yogic postures. So it's very important for us to do proper dance, to move our limbs properly and to have a proper joint health. It is very important for us to be a yogic practitioner. Yes, yoga will help a musician as well as a dancer.
Thank you.
Didi, if one wants to attend your workshops, so how long usually it takes? I mean,
Actually,
how
this
many?
is 15 days course, sir. The first level is 15 days. The second level, like that, it goes first level, second level, third level, like that. So first level is 15 days course. It is 2 weeks course. So the first week I'll be giving all the theory aspect, and second week I will be making them to sing or present or whatever it is. They have to come and present or sing. If they can't sing, no problem. They have to bring those ragas which help to that disease, because each person I'll be allotting one disease. So they have to bring those ragas from YouTube. You know, YouTube have rich various musical compositions. They have to bring those related ragas and play it at least. Some people actually, even if they are new to music, they sing, because the workshop itself makes them to sing. That is what I make them to do.
These courses are online or physical?
Yes, it is online.
Thank you.
Have you been having these regular courses, Didi?
Yes, this my 6th batch is running now, actually.
Okay.
Actually, there was a break in between because a lot of thing, otherwise it would have gone more. But actually, I started it last August, thanks to Corona, where I started my music therapy course. So it started running, and it became very famous. And once I open the registration, 25 people will be filled. So I want to stop them more now. I don't want to take more than 15 because I can't give that attention. So but it goes beyond, always it goes beyond 25. So it's that's why I'm thinking that I should do more rigorously on this course. I want to work on it.
Excellent. Thank you, Didi.
Thank
And anyone else have any other questions? If there is one, if we can squeeze one more question, we may be able to squeeze one more question. If anyone have a question, we're already past 8, so we don't want to keep people on hold.
Didi, is there any research paper published?
Yes, I have published. I have also, actually all my book also is based on my research things.
Great. Can you please let me know the name of the title of the study?
It shared in the chat box, sir.
Dinesh, yeah, it is already shared on the chat. Okay. Also, a digital version of the book is available on Kindle.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Oh, all right.
I have mentioned my papers over there in my book.
Okay, Didi. Thank you so much.
Anyone else have any questions? Okay, if there are no further questions, I think we can go ahead and conclude the session for today.
Thank you so much for
Thank
giving
you
me
all so much.
opportunity. I thank Subbu Bhaiya especially for always. He's so nice. He's my younger. Actually, he says Akka for me, but actually he's my Anna. He always guides me. He's a wonderful person, and really I congratulate him because he has been doing such a wonderful social service, helping people through yoga. He's not only taking yoga to all doorstep, but he's also following yoga for himself. So he's a wonderful person. I thank Subbu Bhaiya for this, and thank you so much, Venkatji, for introducing me. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. I really appreciate it. Okay. Jyoti ji, anything that you want to add?
No, everyone got it all, so I'm good. Thank you. Thanks again for everyone for participating.
Okay. By the way, Jyoti ji works behind the scenes, and she is the main coordinator here.
Oh,
Okay,
Jyoti.
so just to introduce.
She was so wonderful and wonderful. She's so she has that sahana, which is very important for a lady. So much patience. She calls everyone, and a wonderful lady. I really thank her. Sorry for leaving her. She's so awesome. Thank you so much, Jyoti ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And with that, we'll go ahead and conclude the session for today. Thank you all so much for your participation once again. Okay. Have a good rest of the day or the night.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks to all.
Please take care.